Hey everybody. I wanted to show you something a little different today. We're going to try something a little new with the Mars task this week. And it's for essentially, you're going to do most of it in the document, and you're going to kind of open up drawings. So let's kind of read through it. Let's launch this together. The idea here with the crystal earrings is, once again, it's another pattern problem. And a lot of what we're going to be doing in the next few weeks is going to be pattern problems. And it says Rahul is a talented jeweler. He makes fantastic crystal earrings. He always makes them using this pattern. So this pattern is growing, right? It starts with one crystal, and that's pattern number one. And then the next one has three crystals, and you see they're kind of linked together by this line, and that's pattern two. And then the next one, the third pattern, right here, pattern three, has six crystals, and there's one here, two there, and then three there. So what I want you to think about is, what's going on? What's coming next? What do you think would happen here? Like, if we were going to keep building, if Rahul is going to build the fourth pattern, what's it going to look like? And I'm guessing most of you kind of have an idea based on this growth pattern that we're seeing. Now, what I'd like you to do now is scroll down. If you scroll down on this document, it says double click on the crystal pattern below and draw on the additional crystals to create pattern number 4. You can use the circle and line as starting points. Now look, this is a drawing embedded into this document. So you don't have to do this in your notebook. So that's kind of a nice thing. If I click on this and double click on it, it takes me into a drawing. So you see this, right? So now all I have is this drawing. And on this drawing, I can answer the question and I can move these things around. So I can move this, right? I can move everything around. And I want to undo that. So this is going to trip me up right here, right? But I basically select part of it. Like, here's the line. Here's the crystal, and I can move them independently, right? So if I want to make like another crystal, what I do is I duplicate it. I hit Control D, and it copies it, right? So if I want to put crystals next to each other, I can do that. And if I want to make a pattern, like let's say that I want to make another crystal below, I keep duplicating and I try to draw the pattern that Rahul is making in the other one, right? So I'm kind of building this thing right there on the screen. And it's going to be a little tricky. Like, for instance, you have this line here, and you can put the line in, or don't worry about it, but as kind of a linking it together. So you can change the size of the line. It's a little tricky. Like, there's a little bit of problems with this stuff. It's not clean, but it's something, right? So mess with this and see if you can kind of like figure out how to use this document, right? So then once I answer the question, I build my whatever the thing looks like. I hope it doesn't look like that for you, because that would not be good. That doesn't look like the other ones, right? You want it to look like the other ones, but the next iteration of it, the next version. So then I go in here and it says, explain how the pattern grows, including how many crystals were added and where they were added. And you would basically come in here and you'd be like, I think that the pattern grew by adding blank, 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 so many crystals to the top row, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and so on and so forth. So I want you to do that. That's kind of what I want you to do with this document. And then you hit save and close, and notice what happens. Your work then shows up here so I can see it. You scroll down a little more, and it says complete the table below. We don't need to see that. Complete the table below to show how the pattern extends. So now we're looking at this number pattern. Pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 4, pattern 5, pattern 6. That's like your independent variable, the thing that just keeps marching along. But the crystals depends on the pattern number. So this is your dependent variable, your y, right? And that's going up. The first one had 3. The first one had 1. Second one had 3. Third one had 6. We can go up and look, right? 1, 3, 6, right? What's going to be the fourth one? What's going to be the fifth? What's going to be the sixth? So I need you to kind of think about what's happening in your drawing and how you would fill that out. And you can just click right on this file or right on this thing and fill out your answers, right? It'll just type them in. And then I say, what is the rule for the pattern? So we've been talking about rules. So see if you can figure out just explain it. What's happening? How is it growing every time? Okay, then there's more. We're trying a lot of stuff today. This one is graph the coordinate pairs listed in the table above. Type in each coordinate pair starting with 1, 1 on the first line, 2, 3 on the second line, and 3, 6 on the third line. Let's go back to that table. Where do those numbers come from? Well, if this is my x right here, the pattern number, and the Y is my number of crystals. The 1, 1 comes from here, 1 and 1. I'm going to graph that on a graph. This is another point, 2, 3. This is another point, 3 and 6. So what we do is we click into this link, and you're going to notice that when I click to this link, it takes me to a new page. And let's hope my face shows up so I can show you this. Oh, it's not working. That's too bad. I don't think it's going to show you this. So we'll have to come back to that. But if you click on this calculator, it works. It just didn't take this video to it. Maybe I'll do another quick little clip. But if you click on that, it takes you to something called Desmos. And on Desmos, you can type in type in the points, and it will graph the points for you and show you the graph. So after you do that, you're going to answer the questions, okay, down here. Is this pattern a line? Does it make a straight line? Is it a linear pattern? Explain how you know. So you're going to paste in your work right here. Okay, interesting. It'll be fun to try this. I'm curious if you guys kind of like this model better. It's a little more work in terms of not for you. It should be a little easier for you, but you have to go to different places to figure this one out. So check this out. I'll talk to you more about Desmos a little later. I might show you another quick video on how that works. But I think you'll enjoy doing this problem, and I think you'll do okay on this problem in terms of drawing it on the computer and all of that. So you guys let me know how it goes, as opposed to working in your notebook. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good day.